After a long day of travel, Axel Rains, the lizard heavy metal star, was lying on top of the Nightriders band van, shirtless. With his hands under his head, he heaved a heavy sigh as the heat of the sun warmed his cold-blooded body. He was in a dreamy, relaxed state. His tongue quickly shot in and out of his mouth. He closed his eyes, and a smile curled at his lips as he enjoyed the brief change of pace from the busy life of a full-time touring musician. Many pleasures awaited him in the metropolis of Beach City. The sandy beach, the ocean, the clubs, the guitar and record stores. These thoughts, complemented by the warmth of the sun, brought Axel deeper into his peaceful state. "Hey, Axel!" a gruff voice shouted, pulling Axel from his reverie. "Get your scaly butt down from there and help us load up the van. The last thing I need for you is to be a lazy lizard." Axel leaned forward and saw his grey-haired wolf bandmate, Rolf, standing on the side of the van, with his arms at his side, appearing quite annoyed. "All right, come in," Axel said, as he yawned and stretched out his arms. He then fluidly slid off the side of the van. "What do you need, buddy?" Rolf motioned towards the tables, chairs and cooler that had been set outside the van for their rest stop. "Help us load up the van. We've still got a long drive ahead of us." "Sure," replied Axel with another yawn as he readjusted his spiked collar. "Rolf, there's no need to be such a boss," Lonnie, the shaggy-haired lion, said as he stepped out of the van. He was the drummer, and he always wore a white tank top with shades. He took a sip of his root beer. "This ain't a dictatorship, you know. It's one for all and all for one, remember?" "Yeah, whatever," Rolf muttered. "But we still got a schedule to keep, and you two bums are acting like sloths." "Oh, come on, Rolf," Lonnie snickered. "We've got plenty of time." Yeah, Rolf grumbled. "You guys would be helpless without me." Rolf started to fold the lawn chairs. Axel lifted the cooler and carried it into the van. "Hey, don't let him chase you away like our last front man," Lonnie said as he put his hand on Axel's shoulder. Axel chuckled as they entered the van. "Chase away? Huh. I've been in worse situations. Believe me when I say I've put up with bandmates who've literally wanted to kill me. I'm here to stay." Despite his confident reply, Axel knew, in part, this was a product of his wishful thinking. Being tossed from one dead-end band to the next had been his experience in the music industry. And it was not until a swift stroke of luck had presented him the opportunity to please Rolf through an audition that he had been catapulted into the limelight. Knowing about Rolf's infamous temper, he was aware from the beginning that remaining on good terms with Rolf would be the biggest challenge to him if he was to retain his new role as the lead vocalist of the Nightriders. At Axel's answer, Lonnie patted him on the shoulder with a smile. "Well, that's a relief, because I'm not sure I could handle Rolf on my own." Axel returned the smile. Lonnie's company was a refreshing contrast to Rolf's critical personality. While Axel set the cooler in the back of the van, Rolf and Lonnie loaded the chairs. The interior of the van had slightly worn brown seats and grey carpeting. As usual, empty soda cans, cupcake wrappers, and equipment were cluttered about. As Lonnie got behind the wheel and pulled out of the rest stop, Rock City by Smooch played on the stereo. This is going to be a long ride, Axel thought. He sank into the seat and closed his eyes.